Hi all, welcome back to the fourth part. This is the part in which we are going to deal about infinite limits. We'll try to see the various functions and their values at a point where they reach towards infinity. So the topic after one-sided limits is the infinite limits. So let's understand what do we mean by infinite limits. As defined previously, the limit is only existing whenever the function which is giving me the value is giving a finite value. Suppose the value of x is approaching towards c and the value of fx, the function which we are considering, is approaching towards infinity, either positive infinity or negative infinity. So what we have considered till now in maths, that infinity is not a specific quantity. We cannot define specifically what is infinity. So that is why the limit of this function is posing us a question whether this limit is existing or not. So let's understand by an example. Suppose you have been given a function 1 upon x minus 2 whole square and you have been asked to find out the limit of this function when x tends towards 2. So now we'll be having two cases. Suppose I am going towards, this is the point 2, I am going towards the left hand side. So if I am going towards the left hand side, the value of x will be a bit smaller than 2. Suppose I am considering the value of x to be 2 minus h, where h is greater than 0. So x minus 2 is going to give me value minus h, and when I am going to do whole square of minus h, the value comes out as positive h square, and h is now tending towards 0. So 1 by 0 is going to give me very high value, that is infinite. I cannot quantify that value to be specific what the number is, so that will be positive infinity. So the left hand side limit of this is giving me a value of positive infinity. Now let's check for the right hand side. This is 2. If I am approaching towards the right hand side, the value that x is going to assume will be 2 plus h, where h will tend towards the 0 as x is tending towards 2. So this will be 2 plus h minus 2. This will be h whole square, 1 upon h whole square, where h tends towards 0. In this case also, the value of this function will be 1 upon 0, and that will be very high value. Again, similarly, we will not be able to quantify what will be the exact numerical figure of that. And you can see that I have put it into a statement form, that from the graph to the right you can see that limit is positive infinity, and to say that a limit exists means that a limit is a real number, and since minus infinity and infinity are not real numbers, which will infer the fact that limit is not existing. Now, as of now, in the last previous parts, we have seen the methods to find out limit, infinite limits, and the basic definition of limits. In the coming parts, we are going to ponder over what is continuity and how we can define it. As there is a specific explanation to it, you might have seen some graphs which will be hazy at certain point, will be some holes at certain point, they will be not defined at certain points. So there is a topic in mathematics, that is continuity, which deals with such oddities and explains it. How and when the function is going to be defined at a point or not defined at a point, and the information that we have acquired till now of limits, infinite limits and one-sided limits, will be very useful in determining whether the function is continuous or discontinuous at any point. So hi students, now as if we have completed the topic, in case of any doubts and queries, what you can do, you can post your question for free on discussion board of askIITians. To do so, it's very simple process. First of all, you'll type www.askIITians.com in the address bar of your browser. Now you'll get towards this page, and in this page you'll find discussion board. You will click on that and it will take you to a page where you can ask your questions from the expert. First of all, you can select the category from where you want to ask the question. You'll post your question and then you'll click on the get answer button. We experts at askIITians will revert back to you in 24 to 48 hours with the answer of your question. I hope this process is clear. So hi students, till now we have read all the details of limits and its various applications. In the coming part, we are going to deal about continuity and its various applications in detail. So stay tuned for the next part.